No, not Rogue. I don't even know if my Rogue matchup... I mean, it's probably not good. But Rogue is just so boring to play against. Like, they just kill your thing every turn. And then suddenly they do 20 damage from hand. It's just not fun to play against. But I did draw a turn 2 Questing Explorer, so that's good.
Of course it's the right way.
Oh, up to no good? Me too.
I guess I'll just play a Novice here.
This wasn't on the map.
Alright, so next turn can be like Bug Collector plus make a 5. That's pretty good. Wow, my opponent got the best lackey? What a surprise.
Look what I found.
My beautiful creations.
It's a pretty solid minion, but I don't think I actually play any Death Rattles. I did have Chromatic Egg in this deck at one point. That would have been sick. So Boom Pistol Bully or Former Champ here. Turn 5 I could lock out a Shield of Galakrond. I don't know, just seems like a good tempo play. Could have played Former Champ, but Former Champ against this 1-2 Evil Miscreant's not great. Although it's probably never good against this dagger. Fan of Knives. I mean, I was already pretty sure he was Highlander because of the Burgle stuff. But Fan of Knives is sort of surprising. He didn't want to take 4 damage there. Okay. Where are we at? There's probably no dragons in his deck, right? Or very few dragons. I mean, he plays this card. But very few dragons, I would say. So I think I just play Dragon Ball Poacher plus the Cable Rat and finish the quest here. And then next turn we can Hero Power with Former Champ.
This guy's toast.
Is Hailbringer better than Former Champ? I think I like the stats. Hailbringer's like fine. And my next turn can be Hero Power 5 mana card plus Witchy Lackey, which would have been a little bit better on the Former Champ instead of the 3-4. But the front-loaded power of this I think is just so much better here. Hate to see it. That would have been pretty good against the Hailbringer as well, though. I'm not sure if it would have been better, but it would have been pretty good still. I assume these cost 1. Yo, let's go Starliner. Okay, he's gonna sap the Starliner. Okay, well, I fucked up already. But he could have sapped it, and then Dragon Queen Alexstrasza could have given me 2 evasive Draconids. And I could have had a double Starliner combo. You got a Shadow Step too?
Life and hope are worth fighting.
I don't want to play either of these here. Like, I want to play the Amber Watcher, but I don't want to play the Netherwing. And because I want to hold the Netherwing, I want to hold the Dragon.
For my glory.
I can just go like Netherwing and then heal my Alexstrasza here. But the damage here is pretty irrelevant. I can really get some sick value out of these battle cries if I hold them with the hero power.
Deloa, speak to me.
The thing is though, like if I don't force out the Zephyrus here, then he can, any point after this, he can just Twisting Nether with it. I think I'm okay being greedy with these. Like on one hand I don't force out the Zephyrus here, but on the other hand maybe he just like doesn't have a good play here. He had a good play here. But like here my Crazed Netherwing just kills that. I mean, it's not like the sickest value ever, but it's pretty good.
Looks like I'm here just in time.
I don't want to commit too much more to this board since he has Zephyrus. That's his legendary that he discovered, I think.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Alright, I forgot that was 0 mana actually, so he could have nethered me last turn. What is even the perfect card here?
Put your faith in the light.
Oh, okay, just Tyrion, that's fine. I don't ever have lethal here, do I? I can go like Sandstorm Elemental. Oh wait, no, he's healing a shitload off this. There's no way I have lethal here. Got some pretty good face damage there. At first I was looking at some sort of like Giggling Inventor Storm's Wrath play, but it was a little bit awkward on board space, and then this just ended up looking pretty good, I thought. He made a Shutterwalk? Oh my god, the Shutterwalk is about to be pretty good. Of course it got Rush. He got Rush Wind Fury there? God damn. Wow, that was an insane Shutterwalk. And given the Rush Wind Fury, he actually hit the perfect flick as well. Wow. Well, that's 10 face damage. Probably just do this and hope 2 damage sticks. Oh, that guy's nice. How much damage do I have in the deck? I have a Life Drinker, Zephyrus, Cheaty Ankle Biter, and then some situational stuff. So I've got some lethal draws.
Think.
How did Shutterwalk even make that? Pinch Clan Burglar, I guess. He only got 1 card out of that. Alright, so I don't have lethal here because he froze that. I have 13, he's at 16. Do I want to mutate this? Feels like the 4/7 Wind Fury is pretty scary for him. It could turn into a King Crush, but that's not very reliable. The average 9-drop is probably quite a bit bigger than... Well, if I think of this as like an 8-7, maybe not. But I could also hit, like, Ysera. There's a lot of 8-8s, though. How good is the Mutate with the rest of my deck? Not very. I think Malygos was a good evolution here. He's at, I think, 3 is how low I set him here. So Malygos does enough damage anyway, and it's got 12 health instead of 7, so harder for him to remove. But he could have like a sap that he just didn't have mana to play last turn or something. What does that hit mean? Sure, and then sap for Mally. My deck mostly looks like pretty good draws, including a nice lethal.
Your wish is my suggestion.
Ooh, Baron Gutton was the spicy lethal there. Hopefully he's not OTK Paladin.
Stand before King Rastakhan.
I definitely keep Zephyrus, so I keep Bog Slosher. I think I probably don't want to risk playing Zephyrus on 2. But situationally it could be good, and the Bog Slosher is pretty good if I hit like any of my 2-cost cards. The Bog Slosh is just pretty good at helping complete the quest. It's really good with questing Explorer. Okay, Mech Paladin. Zephyrus doesn't give any mech hate, right?
Reporting for duty.
Wow, misses turn 2 and didn't have a Crystology for turn 1? I've never seen such an unlucky Paladin. So I could go Adventurer here, and then next turn I could trade Bog Slosh, play it again. Actually, maybe I just play both of my questy guys here.
You can count on me.
That's probably good.
Of course it's the right way.
It's nice to get the stats in play to contest this hot air balloon before it gets too magnety. Might just take a silence with my Zephyrus here. Do I think I can do better? Probably can do better. But it's good tempo here, and it actually looks like there's a decent chance that it survives for the Bog Slosher anyway. No silence? Are you fucking kidding me? Why are you so stupid, Zephyrus? Oh my god. I hate this fucking card so much.
This wasn't on the map.
Well, I buffed the health on my Zephyrus, so maybe it survives and can still be Bog Sloshed next turn. This board could be almost identical, except he would have a 1-1, and I would have a 3-2. Well, looks like I still got to do what I want to do.
Alakazam!
I think I still do want to do it. Zephyrs is really strong in this matchup. It can hit like Mass Dispel or, you know, a Silence. Or maybe it can't hit Silence, I don't fucking know. Or maybe it's just Lightning Storm this turn. You should definitely trade to play around Lightning Storm a little bit. Is Storm the pick though? Could also just like play Sky General Crag. Oh, that one's good as well. Sandstorm Elemental's not a full clear. And I can't really spend my mana with the Sandstorm Elemental that well.
Your wish is my suggestion.
So is Storm better than Fan here? I don't really feel like I need more cards. I want his stuff to be dead. I guess the question is, how much do I care about the overload? Going down to 4 next turn seems fine. And this Lightning Storm kills 2 additional units that the Fan wouldn't, so I think it is better. True Silver lines up nicely for him here, but oh boy, does my Parrot line up nicely this turn. I mean, it's not like it value trades, but it does kill the 2/4 pretty cleanly. Could have maybe looked for another play here because Sky General Crag is probably the card in my deck that benefits the most from my hero power, outside of like coining out an Alexstrasza. But I mean, it was pretty good here. All of my stuff is good with my hero power, that's why it's in my deck. I think this is fine.
Reporting for duty.
So Sandstorm Elemental's pretty good here. I think I just like playing the Hail guy, though. Maybe it's former champ. I think it's Hail, though. Like, if he tries to do some War Gear nonsense, these things can be pretty good. He does have a couple good onboard trades into these. But, like, with the Mecharoo, at least it pops the Death Rattle, so Sandstorm Elemental clears. Oh. I didn't know they played that card. Well then. Well, well, well. I can still clear here. And then I guess I'll heal up with Life Drinker, because I'm getting kind of smacked by these bombs. And if this guy's playing freaking Avenging Wrath, who knows what's in his deck? I actually don't know how good Boom Pistol Bully is against that deck. It doesn't matter on a lot of the magnetic stuff, but I mean, it still hits kind of a lot of the things.
Converting stored energy.
What's that last card, buddy? Oh, it's a good one. I think I just like playing former champ here.
Float like a butterfly. Sting like a bee.
I could play the Storm's Wrath as well, which would potentially leave me with a 3/1 here, as well as buffing all this stuff.
I will not be lashed.
Sure, 3/1s are cool, right?
Reporting for duty.
So this is, what, 12, 15, 17. Not really that close to lethal.
Try harder, man. Everybody move!
Maybe that locks out his next play.
Keep up!
Whatever. So I put a lot of stats in play here. The Boom Pistol Bully might just make his next card unplayable. Yeah.
Rastakhan versus Tyrande.
You stand before King Rastakhan.
I like keeping Sludge Slurper with the quest. Probably could justify keeping Faceless Corruptor, but I'm not going to. I've drawn my only 1-drop, so this Witchwood Piper is not reliable for anything specific.
Do you like to play with fire?
Do I want to evolve this? Sure.
You'll grow up to be a
Get something that probably doesn't die to the Pyromancer's effect.
In the light's name.
I think I just want to make sure I have stuff in play for this Bat Rider next turn. So that I can, like, put this down to 3 health.
Hey, I got you, friend.
Yikes. Well, I don't know how I ever kill that.
You belong to the bomb now.
Well, this is kind of a cute play. It gets a good amount of stats in play. I probably could just be dead here somehow. You could have double Divine Inner Fire for 24. You could have Circle for 26. I guess maybe I can't be dead. But I can't remove that minion, so I would effectively be dead to it.
I wonder.
So I can deal 12 damage to his 1-drop, but that still doesn't kill it. Oh, that kills it. It's an absolutely miserable clear,
fireball ready!
but it is the clear.
Drain away.
What were my odds on Witchwood Piper into Zephyrus there? Only 1 in 6. If it was better, maybe I should have just gone for it, but 1 in 6 is pretty terrible. Is there much point in doing that instead of just healing it? Didn't really seem like it. Could coin out the Witchwood Piper here. What would be useful for next turn? Cable Rat would be good. Ankle Biter would be good. Zephyrus would be good. There's about a 50% chance that the Witchwood Piper gives me something relevant for next turn. It's probably nice, actually. Even if it gives me something bad, it's nice to have a 3-3 in play instead of an 0-2. If I had like a better hand, then getting a lackey that I could play alongside a relevant card would be better, probably.
The light's name.
But my hand is not great. Or it wouldn't have been if I played Evil Totem instead. So I can kill the 1/4. I don't think I have any clears here, unfortunately. I think I like a 3-2 in play over a totem.
Let's dance.
You can count on me. I'm certified.
I haven't really had an opportunity to play the Boom Pistol Bully. How good is it actually in this matchup? It hits Psychopomp, Blade Master, Beaming Sidekick, Wansamdi, Injured Tolvir, Neverset Ritualist, so it does hit quite a lot of stuff actually.
Just like training.
So I think I like hero powering with this here. I was definitely playing the Boom Pistol Bully this turn, but any of my 2-mana plays, Hero Power Totem or Explosive Evolution, were pretty good. I feel like this thing with the Hero Power is just insane though. Like, he might just pass here. Or like, what's he gonna do? Play High Priest Amet? And then I just fuck up his Amet. I think this just gives me a free turn, basically.
I hope you like my invention.
Those are pretty good. Sure.
Hand over the goods. Just like training.
Put the 3-power guy out of range of a Pyromancer play, I guess.
Is someone injured? Is someone injured?
Murder!
I only have, looks like 14 damage here.
Like to play with fire?
But I should be able to just clear, hopefully. Yeah, right now I have a clear on board. And now I don't. I do want to deny card draw from him.
Hand over the goods.
Let's see what happens here.
This is your time.
An 8/8. Not bad. Wait. I didn't miss lethal, did I? Had 8 from hand? No, there's no way that was lethal. I wasn't calculating the life drinker though, and obviously I should have been. Oh. Well, that's an interesting minion to give rush to. What's the most he could do here? I'd already seen one Divine Spirit, so I don't think there was any way I was actually in trouble this turn.
I see a dark future.
I just have lethal in play, don't I? And that little Light Warden almost got me. The final count with this deck ended up being 39 and 39. So it probably isn't the deck I'll end up playing to Legend this season. There were a couple of card choices I wasn't super enthusiastic about. I started off by playing Hailbringer and that card ended up being surprisingly bad. Turns out the 1/1s just die to swipe or anything that Rogue does, or Mage Hero Power or whatever. The 1/1s just kinda suck. Weaponized Wasp is a card that went in and out of the deck. With only 3 Lackey activators, it is pretty hard to use the Wasp, so not a big fan of it. There was also Mind Control Tech, which ended up being surprisingly bad. I think I only got its Battlecry to activate a few times before I ended up cutting it. I mean, in theory, it should be insane in this deck, but maybe it's like not that good because they're always playing around it, and you get that benefit even if it's not in the deck, so MC Tech may be worth cutting. And then finally there was Former Champ, which I actually didn't feel like Former Champ was that bad, but I had pretty bad stats on the card. Even though the sample size on those stats weren't that high, it was apparently the worst card in my deck, so I ended up cutting it. And generally I wanted to lower the curve and increase survivability because I was getting pretty murdered. Like, that seems to be the big weakness of this deck, is that you just get fucking killed by like hunters and rogues. So I lowered the curve a bit. I added a Lightning Storm to help deal with some boards a little bit. I got a Potion Vendor in here for some more healing. I'm currently trying out an Abusive Sergeant as a pretty good board control tool. And then I think the final slot that I've been messing with is this Gnomish Inventor. I'm not really sold on any of these inclusions, so there is still some room to play around with the deck. But I haven't found anything else that I was really super enthusiastic about. I would also be somewhat interested in replacing this Storm's Wrath, because it does feel a little bit weak in the deck. So that's 5 slots to play around with. I was thinking maybe this could be a dragon deck. You get to play like Twilight Drake and Big Ol' Whelp, those have nice battle cries. And then you get access to like Fire Tree Witch Doctor. You'd probably play Lightning Breath in this deck. Also Scale Rider. But that would be a pretty massive overhaul. I think you'd have to change out like 10 slots. So there's like the 5 I mentioned, and then I'm not even really sure what I would cut past that point. But maybe that's something I'll return to in the future. Maybe dragons are the answer.